going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Mind Over Matter, where athletes and creators and everyday grinders break down the battles you don't see. This is the mental game, the pressure, the adversity, and the growth that separates good from the great. So today I got a special guest. It's my guy, Kevin. How you doing, man? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So we're stepping into the net, into the fire, into the world, and the last line of defense. He's a goalie here at Seminary, and as we know, most people don't see the save. Most people don't see the pressure. But they see the gloves.
Yeah.
But do they understand the behind the scenes? Nah, I don't think so.
No.
So let's get into it, man. Anyways, before we get started, how you feeling today? How was your day?
No, I'm good. Pretty calm day today. Nothing crazy. And you?
Yeah, man. Like I said, the boys got a good day today. I wrote myself a good article, and then I say tomorrow for Sunday, wake up, pray, go to church, and then hit the gym.
Yeah.
Kind of typical Sunday, watch football, Yeah, man. So let's get started. Ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So it's your senior year. I know that, and it's tough being a senior because it's your last year. You're not gonna play college soccer again, and you're gonna miss the memories. So I say my first question I gotta ask is, how was your journey here at Sunday playing soccer?
Well, like the whole time?
Yeah, whole time.
Okay.
Whole time, yeah.
Definitely challenging when you first start, coming in as a freshman, and
Right.
you come from like a high school or something, and you're a pretty good high school player, and it's a different level when you come into college because you could be a good player in high school, but it's almost like you start from fresh.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different level.
Yeah, so you're a little bit intimidated, and you question whether you have the quality to play. And freshman year, I don't think I was really there. I was here starting. I was here off some games, and definitely didn't know what I was doing wrong. And then going into sophomore year, I was the only goalie here, so I just had to play every game, and I wouldn't say it was my best year. It's probably one of the worst years I've had playing for in my soccer career. But that was kind of a turning point for me. So it's with freshman year not playing that much, sophomore year having a bad year, that really could kind of put a spark in me. And so junior year we really had a good team, and I felt like I was coming in knowing what I was doing, knowing my role. And then senior year wasn't the best year for us. But we went out there, we just tried to work hard and what's it called? Just try to do our best with the numbers we have and people like that. So overall, I would say it was a great experience to learn, get better, and I wouldn't be the player who I am today without the whole career and whole journey that I had.
Nah, yeah, that's true. You guys are good. Damn, man, you just dropped the plot twist. I had no idea you had a bad senior year. First off, sorry to hear that, but you know what they say, bro. Everybody has a comeback story.
Yeah.
It's not like we can't go into every season thinking that, okay, yeah, we're gonna have a perfect season.
Yeah.
We all have our setbacks. And it's the same thing for any other sport. Just anything in general you're trying to overcome, you're gonna have a setback. Not everything's gonna get handed to you, and you just gotta be prepared for the adversity that's gonna come your way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always what they say, with the the sport that you love, it's never gonna be it's never gonna go your way. No, so it's just unfortunate, and you have to understand that and be okay with it. And at least say you gave it your all, and that's what I did. So I'm not really.
And that's what that matters, bro.
Yeah.
You show heart and grit.
Yeah.
And that honestly, I may sound crazy for this, but I'd rather have a losing season. But no, I'm sorry. I'd rather show heart and grit instead of how do I say it actually?
Not have a rule during.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When, okay, if you didn't play your heart out and you have a losing season, that's a bad way to go out.
Yeah.
But if you're showing all the dedication possible instead of a losing season, I'd rather have that.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, I'm at least proving something, And yeah, man, it's what more can you say about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
show dedication, show your love show your passion for the sport, and most importantly, just go out with a win, even if it's a lose, even if it's like it's a L. Because at the end of the day, like how I see it is, your heart and grit are not compared to like what's the score on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, you're still a winner if you stay true to your passions, achieve your life goals, and most importantly, motivate others around you.
Yeah.
You know, and like that's a win.
Yeah,
Even if you're on the season.
Yeah, that's basically a nutshell of like how this year went. You know, just going out there doing what I can, and like you said, you know, trying to motivate other people, and you know, if the scoreboard saying something else, like you definitely pick players out that are like still like trying their best, giving their all.
Of course,
So.
and that's what, bro. That your team is a winner. Your team are winners for that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, for real. So all right. So my first question, that was a long one. Wow. Well, I'll say my second question now. So how'd you get into being a goalkeeper? Was it always your position?
No, never. I feel like this is a story with all the keepers. Well, for me, I started off young playing as a striker, and I wasn't the best. So my team was a Sunday league team, so nothing crazy, recreational and
recreational.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it was just put all around the field, and we just needed a keeper, and I just wanted to play. So I just hopped in. I make a couple saves, and people are overhyping you even if you're bad. But like
ain't nothing like hearing the crowd when you make them saves and clutch saves. It's a great feeling because at the same time it's showing like how much reputation you really got.
Yeah. So then just playing through there. I kind of made a good name for myself, just like being good and like shot stopping, like making saves.
Right.
And then I got overlooked by this one travel team that was like nearby, like the city over, and I ended up playing for them. That's when I started having goalie training. I like got a little bit better through that, and I would just like go through clubs, and that's really how I just like kind of stayed in the like keeper position, like finding one like position for myself, and then just continuing off from that.
Yeah, man. I mean, you spoke like a true underdog right there, because there's a lot of people still to this day that get overlooked, And man, look, everybody has their favorites. What can we say? Everybody has their favorites. But for everybody tuning in, just remember that your story never ends. It never ends. Even if it may feel at the end, all you gotta do is stay motivated, stay dedicated, stay locked in, and pursue your passions. That's what matters. But yeah, man, how did it feel being overlooked? Did you did it motivate you, feel you?
I feel like being overlooked definitely motivates you, because
it definitely does.
You look at yourself and you're like, why am I being overlooked? And I think
you question yourself that.
This is what I when I mentioned earlier about my sophomore year, being not the best, being overlooked, but you have some good traits that you can still play. So you go on from that, just build on from that, focus on the weaknesses, and then you become more of a like complete person, complete player. So I feel like being overlooked is a good thing, but
it is.
Not a lot of people really look at it.
It's a blessing in disguise. I would say maybe not the best thing, but a blessing in disguise, because at the same time, it fuels you to just keep working harder.
Yeah.
That to me, like that's a blessing.
Yeah.
In a way, because if you feel like you're getting everything handed to you, then you're not really necessarily having a fair life, because there's a lot of people in your position that don't have what you have.
Yeah.
So, hey man, that's a great story. You basically call yourself the rise of an underdog.
Yeah.
There you go. So, all right, man. What's your my other question is, what's your mindset stepping into the field? So, like, is it like how do I say it? Like the last line on defense, right? Obviously, there's a lot of pressure because when the team is getting close to that goal. You gotta be decisive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta dive. You gotta move everywhere. So, what goes through your mind when you're in that position? Honestly.
Well, when you ask the question about before the game, it's only it's kind of like being mentally prepared for the game. Usually, when people have a lot of things going on before the game, they don't really perform because they're focused on that thing. But for me, I focus on the warm up. I'm always focused am I doing the right thing? Am I on my toes, am I like looking at the ball, being focused for that shot.
Right.
And when it translates into the game, and when you when you're a keeper and the ball is coming close, and you're not falling under the pressure, you have to like kind of imagine yourself like in the game, like making that save, catching the ball.
Right.
Just my mindset was like, what can I do to help my team? That's basically what I went into the game and when I was in the game. It worked. It can be calm, and with the boys being on my team, like I try to do it.
Yo, man, actually, I think that was another question I was gonna ask. Like when you mentioned like to mentally prepare yourself, what's like your routine before a game?
My routine is just like when we go in the locker room, just keeping the vibes high. Playing some good music, high tempo music. Getting dressed, focusing on. Well, for me, I like focusing on every little detail. Making sure I have the socks.
Always gotta start with music.
Yeah,
though.
yeah, and then
My opinion, always gotta start with music.
Getting the socks on, getting the gear on, making sure you have the gear. And then when I'm walking to the field, I'm just listening to like more music, or like just silence, so I can just walk in there and in my head, just being positive and going onto the field.
Totally.
And like when you go on there, it's just like you let your mind like take over.
Your mind clears out.
And then sometimes just listen to like a couple audios that kind of like motivate you a little bit.
Yeah, man, I peeped on your TikTok. You actually have a lot of what's that called? Motivational anthems on your workout videos, and that's a great way to start.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that too.
Yeah.
Usually I have motivational music, but I feel like every single time before I start like a basketball game, I should have like those powerful speech anthems in my ears.
Yeah, like that was something in junior year I would listen to a lot, and it really get me going. And then sometimes I would have like a caffeine or energy drink, something like that.
Oh yeah.
To kind of
no wrong with that.
Get me going.
No wrong with that. A little coffee.
Yeah.
A little energy drink. Totally.
So
I respect that.
It helped, but you just gotta make sure to drink your water, else you're gonna be like having the jitters or something like that.
Hey, gotta tell them, bro, stay hydrated because this is what they do. I had a teammate one time. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, I had a teammate one time. I'm like, yo, bro, you're not serious right now, right? I said, all right, look, I'm gonna give you a bottle of water. Right? Leave it on the bench. When coach brings you out, hydrate with water.
Yeah.
Bro was hydrating with Arizona.
Yeah, nah. That's just like cramping, like calling.
I'm like, yo, I thought he was trolling me, and he wasn't trolling me. I'm like, yo, bro, you kidding me?
I actually I learned something like in class not so long ago. Like sometimes you have those freaks in like the athletic field where like they get you like I don't know who it was, this football player. He like always ate like McDonald's or like candy before games, and that really got him going. So whatever works for that one.
You from
player.
Sussex?
Nah, it was like a professional player.
Marshawn Lynch.
I don't know the name. I couldn't.
Because I remember Marshawn Lynch. He Skittles to start off the game.
Yeah, that's what that was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you talk about Marshawn Lynch to be honest. I don't know about like the McDonald's or anything, but I knew he loved to start off his game with Skittles. That's for sure. How about you? What do you like to start your games with?
What, like to eat or?
Not too heavy, obviously, but
not too heavy. If it was like a game on a weekend or.
Well, me on the other hand, granola bar. Protein granola bar.
Yeah, for me, the morning I'd always start off with like a bacon, egg, and cheese, and then not eat too much before the game starts. But like if I didn't have anything, then like. I'd get something small in. I don't know. It's just like I just go to the cafeteria and I figure out what they have. But definitely like fruit. I guess.
Yeah, like on a good day, like in the mornings when you like dab me up. What's up, bro? Good to see you. You know what I'm saying? We have obviously they got mangoes. They have grapes. Sometimes I have like yogurt with granola. That's a great way to start the morning.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite morning meals right there. And then sometimes like 2 scrambled eggs with some sausages or some potatoes. Hey man, that's a great morning start.
Yeah.
Great morning. You know what I'm saying? So alright, man. So if you have one, walk me through like the clutchest play of your soccer career.
Clutchest play.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I feel like there's a lot of.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like the end of the game, but like,
Yeah.
what was one that was like, oh my god, I had the crowd on their feet?
Oh man, that's it's very difficult. I feel like Clutch's play would be. Oh my god, it's just a lot of saves and like, I wouldn't know. I feel like for maybe junior year, I'm thinking like I remember there's one clip where the team is going down on us and on the counter attack, and it's 1v1, and I make the save, and it's like oh, actually I do remember. Sorry, so this is another game.
Nah, okay, let it come to you, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, so it was I would call my legacy game. So we're facing Kieran away, and it's 0-0. And that was a game where I made multiple saves to keep my team in the game. And there's like 3 moments I think, but I'd pick out one where like it's 1v1 again, and I make the save. The ball is still in play, and I got to get the rebound. And this is a play where like it shows kind of like grit to where like the save I landed wrong. I feel like my shoulder came out of its socket, but I pushed myself up it like right at the second there because I'm like I don't want them to score. So I get up. I think I pushed my arm in and then I just bounce on it. Like for a second, it was just like uncomfortable. It wasn't really like pain, but I got the ball, and I feel like that was the most important save because 1v1, it's really like the striker's advantage. So that kind of like I would say was like a good play for my career.
That was a good play. I mean, I wish I could have seen that live, but the way you're describing it, damn, I'm already picturing it in my head. Like shit.
Yeah, so we ended that game like 0-0, and then I had like 10 saves at the end of the game. So like that's incredible. That was definitely a good save to keep us, at least with the tie and not lose that game.
Yeah, man. Like I said, ain't nothing like no better feeling than having clutch saves and then having your team and your coach to celebrate you.
Yeah,
it's a great feeling.
Yeah,
because it's like you're like a happy family.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, man. Just the way you described that, I'm like picturing in my head, like,
yeah,
damn, bro, that sounds like an injury play right there.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Hey, man, you did it though.
Yeah,
you did it. So, all right, man. My other question is, what's like the toughest moment you had when you got scored on? Like, how do you overcome being scored on?
I feel like overcoming that is just like. I think like you have to realize that you still have a game to play.
Right.
Regardless of how bad the mistake is, there's always we're not perfect, and even like athletes at a higher level, they always make mistakes, and I always see them.
Absolutely, and that's normal.
Yeah.
We're not perfect athletes.
Yeah.
We're still human beings.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I think this goes on to like having the positive attitude, and even like before you mentioned like starting the game off, making sure you have like a positive attitude.
Absolutely.
So like when that mistake happens, you keep playing, and you keep motivating the people that you have to, or the people that are on your team. So you kind of fight back, because if there's no fight back, then why are you still playing? Why are you on the field? Because you need to you're on the team. You need to have some grit. Not just give up. And I feel like even with being a keeper, you're supposed to be a leader. So for you, like
it's like a quarterback.
Yeah.
And a point guard.
Yeah.
You gotta be a leader.
Mm-hmm. So if you kind of holding your head down, you're not really helping your team. So I feel like even with me like being a positive person, I feel like it just really helps. Like I was really kind of suited for the role. So with mistakes happening, I kind of just try to forget it, and then like what can I do better, or how to prevent it? You know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro. And like again, if you get scored on, like no matter like I said, no matter the scoreboard doesn't define your heart and grit, right? And if you get scored on, you said it best. It's not the end of the game.
Yeah.
You still got a game to play. You still gotta like mentally prepare yourself, because listen, at the end of the day, everybody's gonna get scored on.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away your self-esteem in a way. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna have a reputation. You're still gonna have people support you. You're still gonna have like a lot of how do I say it? You're gonna have a good fan base, And I'm pretty sure everybody else can relate not just athletes, but anybody in general that are overcomers. That listen, I've been through what you've been at, and it's a good thing to build those relationships because at the same time, you want to relate to people, and that's what formulates relationships, right? And you said it best, bro. Like one goal doesn't define your skill.
Yeah.
At the same time, the best mentality to operate with is you're still him. Shout out to Cameron Fortune. We were just talking about the other day. Get up on your feet. Remember who the hell you are.
Yeah. Kind of adding on to that, that mistake doesn't really define who you are. You know who you are.
Exactly.
So just keep going out. Keep going out there.
That's it, bro. So hard. You said it best. So, all right, man. My last question is, how has being a goalkeeper shaped who you are, off the field?
Off the field, like I mentioned earlier, kind of being a positive person, like a leader. Because a lot of people say, in high school, my coaches would always say, oh, Kevin, you need to talk, you need to be loud, you need to organize the defense, talk to your team. So you kind of learn those leader traits. And like you mentioned, it's kind of like a quarterback role or something like
point guard role.
Yeah, point guard role. So going out into the real world, you kind of you learn how to communicate. You learn how to keep
the simple fundamentals.
Be a leader, and a lot of people like that, and that's how I kind of get along with my friends. Stay friends with them because at the end of the day, I'm a it shows that I'm a reliable person. So.
And that's what matters. That's what you want to be.
And then that's what I love, what the sport, gave to me, and what sports could do for people, anywhere.
Totally. And listen, man, there's no better feeling than being a leader because everybody wants to be somebody that people gravitate towards too. And it's the pro athletes, like Messi, what's that one? Ronaldo. LeBron James, Serena Williams, who else? Curry, the list goes on.
Yeah.
The list goes on. You guys know what I'm talking about, And you basically take their fundamentals and translate that into your into basically your habits, right? So for example, I always looked at Steph Curry. Steph Curry is one of my favorite athletes, and I've seen the way he led his team. He never gave up, even on rough games. He had his shooting slumps too, but I'm looking at him and I'm like, Curry's he's not a perfect athlete at the end of the day. I mean, he's a pro, but he's not a perfect athlete. And I'm looking at all the setbacks he overcame, and I'm just like, you know what? That's gonna be me too one day. I'm gonna have my good games, I'm gonna have my bad games. Yeah. But the way when I was looking at Steph Curry, I'm like, see, I could be just like that too. But I just can't let myself down and discourage myself. I have to remain persevering. I have to stay true to myself, and most importantly, I have to remember who I am. Nick Storms, you say that to yourself. And for some reason, when you do say that to yourself, it does make you feel better even after a slump. There's no better feeling than that. And again, when I was watching Curry, I saw the way he persevered, and I'm like, I could do that too.
Yeah.
So I basically took his advice, because he used to talk about the camera, obviously, because he talks to the world about obviously how to overcome setbacks, how to get your handle right, how to just be a better player in general. Took what he said, and then I took initiative to basically take on that role myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. I mean, respect to you that you stepped up and took on that leadership role. Because not a lot of people can handle that.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of sad if you ask me, because I get it's a lot of pressure at the same time, but why don't you want to be a leader?
Yeah.
I feel like some people second guess themselves sometimes, and I'm just sitting there like, what? Why do you want to be a leader? You don't want to be someone people could gravitate towards? Like, come on, man. Like, you basically be like the coach's right-hand man. And that was me in high school. Coach trusted me more than anybody on that team. I played one game where I didn't even sit on the bench.
Mm-hmm.
You know how tiring that is?
Yeah.
And then I have to drink water each time out.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, man. So it's just, it's great showing leadership.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And if I may ask, actually, Kev, who was your soccer role model? Was it Messi?
No, it was Ronaldo. You know,
Ronaldo?
very different from your position, my position. But you know, just seeing, it was just like he's kind of more like a goal scorer, right? So he has more goals than Messi, and you know that's just really what like kind of got me like my eyes on him to kind of like that's what a lot of people in soccer kind of like, just goals. So that's what I looked at when I was younger, and it just kept following him from there. But like for goalies, like I have like two. So Neuer's a very like.
Yo, isn't the World Cup coming to Melbourne or something?
Yeah. So
That's gonna be
looking out for that.
It's gonna be packed. I can imagine.
But yeah, for goalkeeper role models, it's like Neuer. You know, kind of like Curry, where he changed the game.
Right.
Neuer kind of changed the game of like for goalies, and then there's another one called Keylor Navas, where he was kind of like an overlooked player, where he. I think he's like 5'11" or something like that, and
yeah, bro, and it's a blessing in disguise for them too, because some people see being overlooked. They think that just because they're not pro athletes, they're getting overlooked. Pro athletes get overlooked too.
Yeah,
like
for this guy, he actually nobody really knew of him, and then he like performs well in I think it was the 2014 World Cup, and then he signs for one of the top clubs, like Real Madrid, and then he performed there well, and he got a lot of trophies. So it
and a check, right?
Yeah,
that's where it's at. The money. I mean, like, bro, like a trophy's a trophy. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad reward, but anybody would rather just take money. You know what I'm saying? Because you're working hard. You deserve to like get a check cut to you. I mean, at the end of the day, what is a trophy gonna do? I mean, you could just put it on the table, on the counter, and just look at it. But once you have your money, you can do whatever you want. You can invest in it, put in your savings, and buy what you need. I'm just saying, bro. Like, I mean, anybody could agree on that. Would you rather have a check or a trophy? What do you think they'll say?
Yeah.
Check. A check. But yeah, Ronaldo. I've seen him play before. I mean, I don't really watch soccer like that, but I've seen like 3 games. He's really good. So that was an inspiration. But yeah, when that World Cup in that life, oh my God.
Yeah, it'll be crazy.
Bro, we talking like New Jersey Transit packed like a jungle.
Yeah.
Cars all over. Like, I bet you there's gonna be no parking spots.
Yeah.
No parking spots. Like the luckiest you'll get probably to find a parking spot, 20%. You have a 20% chance to find a parking spot.
Might as well just walk there or something like that.
You might as well walk. Or just take the train early. Me, I'll take the train early, or I'll just take the whip, get a parking spot, and go to my seat. And then from there you're chilling, get some food, vibe out with your friends, and there you go. Well, hey, Kev. Thanks so much, bro.
Yeah, of course, bro. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Yep, and that wraps it up for another episode of Mind Over Matter, another powerful conversation in the books. Big shout out to Kev for stepping up. And again, bro, shout out to you for stepping up, taking initiative to being a leader for Centenary. And honestly, you left a legacy here. And that's what's always going to be remembered for coaching the soccer team. So, that being said, guys, more motivation, more episodes coming soon. This is Nick Storms. I'll see you soon. Peace.